Welcome to Discover 365 Antigua and Barbuda. We're here today in La Vie Espelle, which is a beautiful property in Jolly Harbour which is available to rent. We are kindly using their kitchen to show you how to make an Antiguan roti with perfect chefs, Chef Benjamin.
Hi, my name's Nadia Dyson from Discover 365 Antigua and Barbuda, and today I'm super excited. I'm here in Jolly Harbour with Chef Benjamin, and we are going to be showing you guys how to make a Caribbean roti. Hi, how are you?
Thank you, Nadia, for having me. It's really an honor to be here cooking with you guys. And today what we're going to be doing a roti, which we're going to be doing two types of roti. We're going to be doing a chicken roti, and we're going to be doing a vegan option roti, which is a curry chana. So for the person that are a little bit more health conscious, I think this recipe would be tailored towards them. So what we're going to be doing, everything can be done from scratch, and we're going to walk you through the process, even just how to make the roti skins, how to caramelize our curry and, build those flavors. So today, we hope everybody can get some learning and some pointers today while we're cooking our roti from scratch today.
Amazing, I can't wait. So what would you like me to do?
So the first thing I want you to do is to accept this token from us, which is an apron from the Perfect Shop with our logo. So this is for you, and this is what you're going to be wearing today while we're going to be cooking some lovely rotis. And the next thing I would want you to do, we got to wash our hands.
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Make sure that everything that we're working with, our hands are washed and as clean and free from germs. So we're going to proceed to this.
Fantastic. This is my first apron.
This is your first apron?
I don't actually own an apron.
Well, I feel honored and I feel privileged to be that first person to actually have you an apron. So persons, look out, the Perfect Chef, and we're going to be doing a lovely cooking demo with some roti today. So we're going to proceed to
wash your hands. Fantastic. Right, so what is the first thing we're going to do?
So the first thing that we're going to be doing is working on our chicken. Today, the type of chicken we're going to be using is some boneless chicken thighs. And the reason I chose boneless chicken thighs is because of the nature of how it cooks a bit quickly. And also it has a lot of flavor, and also it's still moist. And I think it's a very good piece of chicken, or a very good cut of chicken to use for a roti. So what we're going to do is, like, if we have any excess fat, I normally just trim a little bit of the excess fat.
Memory of cooking?
My earliest memory of cooking, I would want to say it would spring back from when because my father and my mom are excellent cooks. That's where I got all of my inspiration. Geraldine Benjamin and Bernard Benjamin, those are my parents. That's where I got all my inspiration from, as I mentioned. And my father used to sell at the market like barbecue chicken and all of that good stuff. And as a young boy, I used to normally help him to assist and wash up the pots and pans and stuff like that. So it wasn't something that, I was born into it in a sense. So basically while I was doing it, the passion became stronger. And it was more of this is our way of survival, and this is our skill that the family has, and somebody needs to, continue. And I kind of fall into that bracket. So as a young kid, Mom and my dad, I would say, would be my inspiration. Ever since, my mom has been very, very supportive of me as well in terms of helping me to get to the level that I'm at this point. So I have to say thanks to my mom. She really played a major role within my culinary career thus far.
So you got the chicken ready? Yeah.
So basically now we have our chicken nicely clean, nicely smelling lemony. That's a little word for the day, lemony. I like that. So the second thing I normally do is to make a marinade. And a marinade which also imparts the flavor within the chicken. So I normally make a marinade, and my marinade I actually have a few items kind of pre-chopped, so at least you can know.
Okay.
What we have is some onions, which is roughly chopped. I have some local seasoning peppers that we get from the market every Friday. Every Saturday you want to get some local seasoning peppers, you can go to the market. We also have some scallions in here, also some fresh garlic and some red peppers. Thyme as well is in here. What we're going to do, we're going to proceed to the blender. And I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil, or even if you don't have olive oil, you can use a regular vegetable oil as your liquid to combine or to blend the product. So we're going to move over to the blender. So what we're going to do is high, because I want to have it a little bit more pureed.
Okay.
So we're going to press high, you hit it. So we're going to stop, and we're going to take a peek just to see You can take maybe another 30 seconds of blending because this sea is very, very close. So I'm on another 30 seconds.
Bullet.
Yes, a bullet would be.
Bullet.
Yes, a bullet would be excellent for this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just pour out our marinade inside of this container real quickly.
Cool. I'm totally going to be able to do this at home. Very excited.
So once we have that now, what we gotta do, we gotta maybe put about 3 or 4 tablespoons or the teaspoon inside of the chicken, and we're gonna slowly work it in. So what I'll do, Nadia, I'm gonna add the marinade, and then you're gonna slowly work it, okay?
I'm going to work it.
Yes, you're gonna work it.
Yes, chef.
Yes, so basically we're gonna add about 3, slowly massage it in. Okay, that's where you're gonna impart that flavor.
So you're kind of pushing it into the meat.
Exactly, we're kind of massaging it, pushing it into the meat. Excellent stuff, Nadia.
I've never done this before.
So you've never done this before?
I've never done this before.
Okay, well, we're getting somewhere. And you're looking
It's quite sad, isn't it, really?
I wouldn't say sad, you just haven't got around to it as yet.
Yes.
That's
My
it.
time is now.
Yes, your time is now, or we've gotten around to it.
Yes, cook with you.
Yes,
You must
yes.
come to my house.
So this is looking lovely so
Right.
far.
Yep.
It is smelling lovely so far. And what we normally would do, what are we cooking today?
What are we cooking?
Yes, what are we
cooking?
cooking?
A roti.
And curry chicken would be
Yes.
part of the roti aspect.
Yes.
Normally what I do, I use a nice curry powder, and then I also add a little bit of garam masala within the mixture.
Okay.
Normally what I would do 2 to 1. So if I have 2 tablespoons of curry powder, I
Yeah.
use 1 tablespoon of garam masala.
Right.
So basically it's like a 2 to 1 ratio, which I already have the mixture here already. So basically what we have, a little bit of curry powder, and we have some garam masala as well, just to kick it up a little notch to build those spices, okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna add maybe about 2 tablespoons.
You add it in and then I'll...
Yes, and you will just massage. When I say 2 tablespoons, some persons think this is a tablespoon. No.
Right.
Once you're doing a tablespoon, normally the technique I normally do, I level it off.
Okay.
So once you have the sufficient, you level it off knowing that you have tablespoon, because sometimes people fill it up and not knowing it's more than the actual amount. So once you level it off, you know you have a tablespoon. Once the curry powder is in and the garam masala, you just slowly work it in, slowly massage it. And once that is fully massaged and fully incorporated, we're gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes to just let it continue to build those flavors. Cover, put it in the refrigerator, let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then we will proceed. Normally, I like to add my salt when I'm about to put it in, because sometimes salt releases the juices from the meat.
Ah,
and
okay.
then sometimes it makes it a little bit more tougher. So for me, anytime I'm seasoning meat, I'm seasoning it when I'm about to cook it. So I do not add the salt, because once it's sitting, the salt is gonna extract the moisture. So
Right, that's good to know.
Yeah, so once we're finished now, when we're about to cook, we will add our salt and additional pepper if we need it, and then we proceed to the cooking process. But for right now, while marinated, how does that smell? It does, because the
That's really good as well.
Yes.
Pretty proud of my...
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cover, and then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for half an hour, and then we're gonna work on our rest mise en place for our curry, okay?
So I'm going to let you do that, and I'm going to take this and these and wash them.
Thank you. All right. For the second part of our curry now, what we're gonna do is to make our curry sauce, or the curry paste. That would be the base now of our curry chicken.
Before we go over to the stove, what is Perfect Chefs? Tell me about your business.
Well, Perfect Chef is a private and personal chef catering services where we do a little bit of everything. Because for me, as a chef, just to specialize is good, but if you can tap into different niches, I think that also helps to build your brand as well. So what we do a little bit of private and personal chef catering services for high-end persons, for anybody that just wants that service. We also do a restaurant consulting as well. So if you're having a restaurant and you need a little help or need a little bit of guidance as well, we also would help you to develop recipes, develop menu formations and stuff like that. So that's another area that we actually tap into as well. And we also tap into like mass catering production as well. So like cooking for hundreds of people, that is something that we actually do. So Perfect Chef is just basically a private chef company, but we taps into different areas of the industry.
So off to the stove. What shall I carry for you?
So basically what we're gonna do it in stages. So
Okay.
the first thing we're gonna have is the onions, the chopped onions that we had. Also, we're gonna proceed with some garlic, and then we're gonna use some of our curry and garam masala paste. You want me to help you with this one?
Do we need that first?
And we definitely need our oil as well.
Okay, let's do this.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so now that we have in our pot, what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn our flame to medium to high heat. You don't want the flame to be too high because the curry will burn too fast.
Right.
So you want the curry to take its time and slowly to burn or caramelize just to build that flavor. First thing we're gonna add is our oil, which is about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. You just want to make sure that it's totally coated at the bottom of the pan, so when you add your additional ingredients, you can actually hear them sizzle and cook and all that good stuff. So we're gonna leave this for about 30 seconds, just so at least it can build up that heat. And then once that is completed, we will add our onions, and then we will add our garlic, and then we will add a little bit of our garam masala and curry mixture, okay? We're gonna add some garlic.
I broke a spoon. It's all right, it still works.
Yes,
It's fine.
that's
it's
fine, that's
we
fine.
Got this.
We got this.
We
We got.
use a whole spoon anyway.
We can use a half spoon. But so far, you see how that
Yeah.
is the level of heat that you want. It's not too fast, it's not, so you're slowly cooking. And then the second thing we're gonna add now, we're gonna add our curry powder and our garam masala mixture.
Gosh, I'm so good at this. I'm totally going to be able to do this at home. It's lovely.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna continue to cook this for additional 5 to 6 minutes.
Really?
Yes, so because we want to
Okay.
make sure that we develop that flavor.
Oh, you can smell it.
Do you
Smells
smell that?
Amazing.
Yes, so we're gonna cook that for additional, and then
Do you
once.
keep stirring?
Yes, you just want to continually still stir it as much as you can, but that is fine. And then the next thing that we're going to add is our chicken. Our chicken has been marinating for at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes so far. So once we've done that, now we're going to just cut it up in a little bit of cubes, and then we're going to add it to our curry mixture. Let that caramelize a little bit more, and then we add our potatoes and our carrots to continue the cooking process, okay?
So while this is, cooking, tell me, you have new plans? I hear you have a new kitchen. What's the plans for Perfect Chef?
Well, actually, I've been working on this quite some time. I can give you the heads up. So basically what we're looking to do is to build a commercial kitchen, which is completed at the moment. What we're doing is outfitting with equipment and utensils. So I'm looking at pretty much maybe about another month or two the latest, so we can fully come on stream. And then we'll be doing some cooking classes, adults cooking classes, we'll be doing kids cooking classes. Also, we'll be doing some local cooking classes, so when we get some clients or even some tourists coming to the island, Perfect Chef will be the #1 stop to come and get all the local cooking needs, cooking teaching. So that is something that we're going to be very, very implementing very, very soon as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I like how that's smelling so far.
It's really good. Should we, do we need to do the chicken?
Yes, we need to do the chicken
So
now.
we're going to turn this down. on
Yes,
low
turn that
heat.
down. So after the chicken now, so basically it's been marinated for about 20 to 30 minutes. So what we're gonna do now is just to kind of rough chop. It's gonna go into the roti skin now, so you want to break it down into pieces that's more manageable when we're eating it. So what we do is just probably just break it down into some bites, smaller sizes, so we can get to put in the roti, okay?
Okay. We're in it. Lovely. Right, in goes the chicken. We've turned up the heat a bit more.
Yes, I just did that.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna just let that chicken color. So we're just gonna let that sit there for at least.
I'm just gonna, I might put it, getting the onions and garlic around it.
That's
Is that
not.
right?
I like
Leave
that.
it like that?
Yes, we're just gonna leave it like that. Basically, what's that gonna do now is to start the caramelization process.
So who's been the most famous person you cooked for?
That's a hard one.
Or should I
What I would say now, I would give you a few names, and then I'll let you decide who's the most famous out of the names that I've cooked for. How does that work as a game?
Yeah, right then.
All right, so let me start. A few persons I've cooked for that I would say is, I've cooked for Robert De Niro before.
What's he like?
Very quiet and to himself, and as a private personal chef, and that's one thing you gotta learn.
Right, yeah.
Once you realize how the clients are, you just gotta adapt. You realize they're to themselves, you stay to yourself.
Yeah.
You realize they want to compensate you doing, but you still keep it minimum.
Yeah.
You have to be professional, not because of their star. So that's one thing I learned. You just try to be as professional as possible. I've cooked for Mariah Carey. I've cooked for Nick Cannon. I've cooked for Ron Stewart. I've cooked for Penelope Cruz.
All right.
I've cooked for Mary J. Blige. I've cooked for Justin Bieber.
What?
I've
Oh
cooked
my
for
gosh.
Adrian. I've cooked for a lot of high-profile persons. So sometimes I have to sign disclaimers and all this stuff, depending. I've got to get up like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and all this crazy stuff. So I've cooked for quite a few people. So who would we say now?
I have no idea. They're all amazing.
Yeah, they're all amazing. So let's go back to the stove over here.
Yeah,
We got our curry chicken cooking. So how are we looking so far? Perfect. Also, we're gonna add a little bit of the carrots that we cooked earlier on as well. And to finish it off, what we're gonna add 1 more spoonful of the marinade that we made earlier with all of the onions, scallion, garlic, and that's gonna add another level of flavor to this as well. So we add another one of this, and then you're gonna thoroughly cover that. So what I normally do now, Nadia, you see like how we're developing that flavor? I would normally put on the cover and let it sweat.
That's really good.
Yeah, this smells really good.
Yeah.
So basically what we're gonna do, and what is sweating is gonna release its own juices. So we're not gonna rush to put on the water yet.
Okay.
We're still gonna cook it out a little bit, and then we're gonna develop some juices, and then we add a little bit of liquid, okay?
So we're putting the lid on now and
Yes.
turning it down?
Yes, turning it down to a medium to low heat,
Okay.
and we put on the lid.
Okay.
And then ever so often we just come back and give it a nice little turn just to make sure that it's not burning or scorching at the bottom of the pan. And for what you're doing here now, you're developing flavor. All right, so for our next dish, we're still in the curry realm. What we're gonna be doing now, we're gonna be doing a curry chana, and this is a good vegan option for persons that, don't want the curry chicken but still want to have the beautiful curry. So we're gonna do a curry chana, which is a vegan option. That curry is just distracting me. It smells so good over there. Oh my gosh, it smells so good over there. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go back over to the stove real quickly.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna check on our chicken real quickly just to make sure that it's not burning and it's releasing juices as what we mentioned earlier. So I'm gonna take off the lid. Are we seeing any juices, Nadia?
Seeing a lot of juice.
You see what I'm talking about? So you see, the chicken actually springs its own liquid, and all of the rest vegetable has its moisture, flavor profile now. You see, you haven't added any water, and you see how much liquid you have already.
Yeah.
Exactly, because we're sweating. So we're just gonna cover that for another 5 minutes, and then we add the water and then let it slowly cook. Depending on the thickness, because we're gonna use it for a roti, we might just use a cornstarch slurry just to tighten it, because if it's going into a roti, you want it to be as thick as possible versus as loose. If you're just doing like rice and chicken, you can let the potato agent be the thickening agent. But because of what we're using it for, we're just gonna give it a nice thickening so it's nice and thick for what we're gonna do, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right. So the second thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put on another pot to cook our curry chana, which we'll be using this pot.
Okay.
So we're gonna be using that, we're gonna be using this pot to cook our curry chana. So it's still the same principles. We're gonna burn our curry, then we're gonna cook our chana, coat it, and then we add in our potatoes, carrots, all that good stuff, but pretty much the same kind of structure or the same procedure, okay?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna need to go over here, we need some carrots, we have our chickpea, we have our potatoes,
Yeah.
and we also have a bit of cabbage, and then we're gonna have our onions and garlic, which I'm gonna put in this bowl real quickly. Yeah, so we're gonna let that cook for a nice little 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a little bit of the curry and garam masala mixture to actually toast and burn as well. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons. So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of our lovely marinade as well, because this has in a lot of flavors as well. So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of that in there as well. But because now of the chana is pre-cooked now, we need to cook the potatoes and the carrots firstly, because this is already pre-cooked. Because if it was a situation where the chana wasn't cooked, that would probably go first. But because it's already pre-cooked, we're gonna add the potatoes and the carrots so it can continue to cook until we add the chana.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes
Very
sense.
good, very
Right.
good. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add your potatoes first. So
Okay.
while you continue to stir, we just add your potatoes. Then we're gonna add some carrots. We're not afraid, we're cooking up today. We're cooking up a storm today. We're gonna add some carrots. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this actually toast for at least a good 3 to 4 minutes just to build some flavor. Then we're gonna add the cabbage and the
Okay.
chana, and then we made it sweat, and then we add a little bit of more liquid, okay?
You leave it.
Yes.
Okay.
So now, let's look at here now. I think this can take some water now. What do you think, Nadia? How many liquid? I see lots of liquid.
Yeah.
I think we can definitely add some water. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add maybe a cup of water, because you don't want it to be too runny because of the consistency we're looking for. So we probably use half a cup, gauge it, and then if we need to add additional, we would add, okay? And now we add is half first, and then I kind of do a little mixture. So we gotta do a little mixture just to, work in everything,
Ooh.
build some flavors.
Yeah.
Nice, get all of that. All that is flavor at the bottom.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
you see now, what we can do is add a little bit more water.
More, okay.
Exactly, now we can add a little bit more water. How does that look now?
It looks very curry, watery curry.
Curry.
Is that-
I like
is that
that,
even a word?
curry.
Very curry.
Yes, we're gonna
Looks
add
like
that.
a curry.
Yes, but basically, I would just add a little bit more, just
Oh,
maybe.
you think a little bit more?
Yeah, just
Okay.
a tip more.
See, I would not know this.
Just a tip more, and what we're gonna do, we're just gonna cover that and let it cook slowly until our potatoes are cooked, until our carrots are cooked, and then once that is finished, we just use a little bit of cornstarch slurry to tighten it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so once we're finished with this, we will proceed to make the roti skin. But so far, so good. So now that we've added the cabbage, we're gonna slowly cook down this for an additional 5 to, that's my interval, 5 to 10 minutes. So slowly, because you want the potato to slowly cook and caramelize. What we noticed, we're not adding no liquid yet. So we're still developing.
Do we leave that
flavor.
like that?
Yeah, we just leave it like this. And then after, when we come back, we add our chana, coat it, and then we add our liquid.
Really
So
good.
what we're gonna add now, we're gonna add a little bit of what?
was
Liquid.
that?
We're gonna add a little bit of liquid to this.
Hey.
So basically for the cornstarch slurry, I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and I have maybe a half a cup of water, and that is gonna be the recipe or the ratio that I'm gonna use for taking the curry chicken, okay? So Nadia, what I want you to do is to slowly stir in the chicken while I pour in our cornstarch slurry. And as I said, what we're gonna do now is chicken our chicken curry.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna slowly mix it in. Slowly mix it in.
Oh, no, God, it's thickening up already.
Yes, you gotta move quickly too.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
you gotta move a little bit
gosh.
quickly.
Wow. That looks absolutely amazing and smells so good.
And to finish this dish, I normally put a stick of butter, because butter makes everything taste good.
It does.
Because at the end, we just add a stick of butter, and then we just slowly just whisk it in, and we're gonna turn it off. So slowly, and then we lock it off. Slowly mix in the butter. All right, so for the second part of our roti cooking demonstration today, we're gonna actually be making the roti skin, which is the most famous part of the roti. And for the roti skin, what we're gonna be using is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna be using a half a teaspoon of baking powder, which I'm gonna add right now. Also, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil. Also, we're gonna hit it with a tip of salt. It's basically salt and pepper to season, but I'm just gonna use salt for this particular recipe. It's running really slow, so don't think that it's gonna be over salted, so that's fine.
Do you think that's about a quarter of a teaspoon?
Yeah, that's exactly about a quarter. I like that. You're good with this measurement. You're not bad. You're not bad. So basically, what I normally do, I'm gonna get my hands dirty. I'm gonna get a fork. So after I have those ingredients mixed, I actually just use a fork just to kind of incorporate them a little bit more. Just kind of use it. And then I have a cup of lukewarm water, which we're gonna add to the roti mixture as well. Always remember, when you add in liquid, you add gradually.
Okay.
You do not add all at once, and then you can put in, but you can't take out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so always remember that. So we're just gonna add gradually, a little bit. So what I normally do, before I get my hands all dirty, you wanna make sure when you're working with the dough, it is not too thick.
Yes.
It's still supposed to have that little softness that you can run, but not still too soft that is sticking all over your hand. So you have to find that balance while doing it. And if you notice, I'm just kind of just working it in. So we basically kneaded this dough. Kneading. So what we'll just add a little bit of flour to the surface, where now we can actually, work that dough much better. Yeah, so basically the dough is pretty much close, so it's just to give it that extra roll. And sometimes I can even do it like, you're doing bread.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll let this sit for about 15 minutes.
15 minutes,
Yeah,
okay.
and then we'll proceed now to cut it and start to roll out for our roti skins. So we're gonna proceed back. So first of all, what we normally do is to try to make it like a disc. Get some flour and we make it like a disc.
Share your flour.
Share up.
Okay, chef.
Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. So what we do, make it like a disc.
Ooh.
We got it wider.
I'm not though.
We got it wider, Nadia. So basically we want to get wider. Once you can get like wider, you want to start with the rolling procedure, which we're going to be using the rolling pin. So normally what I do is just to give it some gentle rolls. 1, 2. Remember, you try to get it as thin as possible, but still not too thick.
Right, yeah.
Or not too thin, I should say. So basically, your dough should be thin enough, but still that it can handle. Okay? Because if you can't handle it, that means it cannot reach to the stove.
Right.
Okay? So
You're going to take that to the stove?
we have to take
In our hands?
No, we're gonna probably put it on a plate and then we're gonna transfer it to the stove. But what I'm gonna show you now is how we're gonna get the stove user-friendly or user-ready. Normally I put a little bit of oil,
Okay.
just a little bit. And then I normally just tap it inside and then just kinda.
Do you know what? I don't know what I had in my head. I thought, I'll put the roti in the oven and then it'll be, but we're frying it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on the stove top today. Just make it a little bit. Yeah, we can have that one at the bottom. I think we have some plates up here, Nadia. So what we'll do, we'll just use 2 plates. You can get 1 and I get 1.
Okay.
And we put it on here like that, and this is how we're gonna roll the roti too. So normally what I do,
You go first.
we try to put it in the pan. Normally they would have like a flat iron in like Trinidad or normally what they would do, but we have to just make shift today, and we will just use a hot, non-stick skillet.
This is good because everybody has it on it.
Exactly. So
Yes.
basically, if you don't have the iron, we can still proceed to do it with that, okay?
So how long does it normally take to...
Normally it would take maybe about 3, depending on the heat that you have it on. But I normally like to cook it a bit slow because I know flour is something that I want to be fully cooked before I have anybody ingest it.
Yes.
Hence the reason I'm taking my time, low heat, so we can get a nice cook dough. How are we looking? Oh, look at that, my dear. It should be ready very shortly.
Okay.
So I think we're good here. I don't want it to overcook. So
Okay.
Nadia, how do we look as a roti skin?
Great.
I think we're doing excellent.
Oh, no. Mine's
You good? You just try to get.
got this.
You got this, Nadia. You got this.
Get your hands in the pan.
Yes, you get.
Don't burn yourself.
Don't.
You didn't hear it from me. Kids, don't put your hands in the pans. Okay? Let your parents do it.
I like that disclaimer. I like that.
Yeah. Don't do as I
Don't do
do
it.
as I
We're
say.
professionals.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I'm
Nice.
just gonna. I think that's ready right there.
That's ready?
Yes, ma'am. Nadia, look at that.
That's really cool.
It is really hot. So guys, what we have is 2 lovely roti skin, which we will be making 2 lovely roti. So what we're gonna do now is to wrap the actual chicken roti. So I'm not the best wrapper, but we will wrap. So basically you wanna get some goodies, which would be some chicken and some potatoes and some carrots. And always remember, you don't want to overfill it because it's trying to what? Wrap it.
Yeah.
I think this should be sufficient for.
Put it in the middle.
Yeah, because you still want the ends that when you wrap it
Right.
now. So normally I would just go this way, and then I give it a little fold, and then we just turn it over. That is it.
Oh my God, amazing.
So what we do is try to kind of get it like in the center so she has sufficient side on both sides when she folds over versus having more of the ingredients in one corner of the roti. So basically what she's gonna do, make sure she has sufficient space, both angles.
So it can wrap it.
Exactly, Nadia.
Okay, so you get one side, and then this side. Gold.
Fold it up.
Nice and loose. Fold it that way.
Uh-huh.
Woo! Yes!
Look at this, Nadia. Well done. Look at it.
Oh my God.
Well done.
Wow.
So I guess the only thing left to do now is to taste this beautiful roti that you have. So Nadia,
Yes.
job well done.
Thank you.
I see we
Right,
have
let's
to-
get.
why-
We're gonna get knives and forks. We're gonna do this.
How is that?
That's really good.
Very good. And I'm gonna try a piece of Nadia's own.
That's really good. You did good.
Nadia, you did good. You did. It's really, really good.
I'm done.
Excellent job. So guys, this is how we normally make our Antiguan roti. It is really, really nice. I'm dying right now. The taste is amazing. But Nadia, just want to say, job well done. I think we work well as a team. And I see something in the bacon here.
This, the roti skin is really good.
Thank you.
Like in the shops, it's a bit more elastic.
And you see, exactly, because as I told you, the key to the dough is the softness.
Yeah.
If it's too hard, you cannot achieve that result. So you see how easy we have our roti skin.
Well, thank you so much,
welcome.
Chef Benjamin. Guys at home, I hope you enjoyed that video. I know I certainly am going to be watching myself and Chef Benjamin again and again so I can perfect this because it's a healthy, nutritional meal and no additives, preservatives, all fresh. So definitely it's going to be one of my weekly meals for the house.
Nice.
We're going to need to do more so that I have more to cook.
That's no problem. That's no problem. But as I say, it's just simple techniques,
Yeah.
simple cooking. As long as you can understand it, I think we're in a good position. I just want to say again, Nadia, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming here and showing us all how to make the perfect roti.
Thank you, thank you. As I said, it's something that is my passion, and working with you, it has been very, very fruitful for me, and I must say I think our relationship has blossomed, and I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for Perfect Chef, and anything I can do in my power to assist you and 365 Magazine, I am most willing to do so.
Thank you very
You're
much.
most welcome, and thank you again for having me.
Thanks everyone for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this show, and I really hope you have a great time making your own rotis at home. Please comment below, tell us how it goes, maybe add some extra ingredients, we want to know about it. And if you want to contact Perfect Chef, then go to their website, theperfectchef268.com. Information is below. And please like, subscribe, share our videos, and we'll see you again soon on Discover 365 Antigua and Barbuda. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh my God, this tastes amazing. Can't believe I just made this. I can't wait to share it with my kids.